Hello everyone, we are back with Abney again, and today we will be discussing office hours and the importance of office hours in relation to your medical school journey as a pre-medical student or even as a high school student thinking about going into the medical field, all the way until you finally matriculate into medical school. So, let's begin. First, what are office hours? Well, office hours are actually scheduled meetings that are held outside of class, and they're typically hosted by either professors or TAs. During these sessions, you can meet with the professor to first go over any difficult concepts that you may just not have understood the first time around. It could be that you're in an organic chemistry class and you are discussing stereochemistry and are not fully understanding the concept of rotational spin. This would be a great time to meet with your professor outside of class to get more clarification on the topic that you don't understand. Another thing you can do with office hours is to review past exams. It might be that it's your first semester in college and you just received an exam back and you weren't that happy with how it went. Well, this is a perfect time to go meet with the professor to go over anything that you may have answered incorrectly, or to even go over the questions you have answered incorrectly to get a better understanding of the class material. And finally, the third thing you can do is go over grades with your professor during this time. Going over grades is extremely useful, as it might actually be the difference between receiving a B plus and an A minus. If you go over questions with your professor, it may be the case that a question on the exam was incorrect, and as a result you lost a few extra points. Well, this is a great time to speak with your professor about it to get a better understanding of, and clarify what's going on. And the final thing that office hours are useful for is to go over any grades. It may be that you're just shy of that coveted A minus, which would be extremely beneficial to have on your report for medical school when they look at your transcript. If you've been attending office hours throughout the year and you've been showing a lot of enthusiasm in class and engaging with the material, it's very likely that the professor might see this and see the effort you're putting in and just bump up your grade for you. This is not always guaranteed, but it could be beneficial and it is possible, and this is why I'm including this third on the list. Now, how are office hours beneficial for you? Well, first and foremost, office hours can help you build a relationship with your professor. This again will help with the grades that I discussed earlier, and also help you to get a better understanding of the class material. Now, when you build a relationship with your professor, the first thing that we're going to have to talk about is how to get a letter of recommendation. This has been covered in other Abney videos, and I will leave a link to them down below in the description. That being said, once you build a relationship with your professor, you may be able to ask them for letters of recommendation. All medical schools will require one letter of recommendation from a major professor. For example, if you are an English major, you're going to need one from an English professor. But you're also going to need a letter of recommendation from a pre-medical professor. So if you are taking the pre-medical courses, this would be perfect to get from either a biology professor, chemistry professor, organic chemistry professor, physics, and etc. And this is a really important part of office hours. Building a relationship with your professor will allow you to ask them for letters of recommendation. And if a professor knows you very well, they will be able to provide you with a better letter of recommendation. If you don't attend office hours and you're not really participating in class, even if you ask this professor for a letter of recommendation because maybe you got a perfect A in the class, they might just not know who you are as a person. And as a result, this will result in a much weaker letter of recommendation, as opposed to an individual who didn't do as well, but consistently showed effort in class and in office hours, built rapport with the professor, and through this, received a fantastic letter of recommendation. That will conclude our discussion today for office hours. Thank you for watching, and good luck to you in your future as a pre-medical student. Again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know if there are any videos in the near future that you would like us to make to help you through this journey as a pre-medical student. Thank you.